So in this video lecture, we're gonna talk about the two laws of light. We have your law of reflection and refraction. Okay? So let's start with the law of reflection. However, before that, let's define first what do we mean about reflection and refraction. So when we say reflection, this is actually the bouncing of light. Okay? And when we say refraction, this is the bending of light. Okay. So let's start first with what we call reflection. Let's say this is a mirror. Okay, this is a mirror. And this is the light. Let's strike the mirror. And it bounces back. Okay? So that is the direction. Now under reflection, we have this what we call incidence ray, and we also have your reflected ray. So when we say incidence ray, it is where the source of light. Okay? And when we say reflected, from the word reflection, it is the light that is being bounces off. Okay? So which means, let's say that this arrow is what we call the incidence. This is the source. It comes from the source of the light, incidence. Okay? And this arrow that was bounced back from this mirror, let's say this is the reflected ray. That is the reflected ray. The light that is being bounces back or bounces off. Okay? Now there is what we call a normal line. So when we say normal line, this is the y-axis. Okay? And with that, as you can see, it creates an angle. Okay? We have an angle here with respect to the normal line, and we also have another angle here. Okay? Your dashed line here, that is the normal line. Okay, so how do we term, or how do we differentiate these two angle? So the angle from this part is what we call the angle of incidence. Okay? Theta sub I, kasi angle ni incidence. And for the other angle here, that is the angle of reflected ray, which means theta sub R. Okay? Now, what does the law of reflection states? Okay? So, law of reflection. It states that the angle of incidence with the symbol of theta I is equal to the angle of reflected ray. Okay, reflected ray, which is, we have a symbol theta R. Okay, or to summarize this, the angle of our incidence is just equal to the angle of our reflected ray, which means that, okay, if the angle of our incidence is 40 degree, then definitely it is automatically that the angle of our reflected ray is also equal to 40 degree. So they are just the same. That is what we call, or that is the law of, okay, that is the law of reflection. Okay, that is the law of reflection. So let's consider the problem. Okay, so as you can see, that is the illustration. Let me just take a snip of this one. Okay, so light is incidence on a flat surface. Okay, so this is the flat surface. Okay, making an angle of 10 degree with that surface. Okay, with respect to the surface. So let's say this is the light. Okay. Okay. At sabi niya, with respect to the surface, so definitely dito yung angle natin. This is the surface. Okay? Which is equal to 10 degree. Now let's draw the normal line. Okay, this is the normal line. So letter A, the question for letter A, what is the angle of incidence? Okay, what is the angle of incidence? Which means our theta I. What do you think will be the angle? So with this problem, it is a common sense that our right triangle is always equal to 90 degree. Okay? Sorry. Let me just redraw it. Okay. Okay, so this is 90 degree. We all know that the whole of this is always equal to 90 degree. Okay? And the given angle here with respect to the flat surface is 10 degree. So what do you think will be the answer for this? So we just need to subtract. We just need to subtract 90 and 10. Or 90 minus 10, that is equal to 80 degree. Okay, that is 80 degree. So the answer for letter A is 80 degree. The next one is, what is the angle of reflection? Okay, what is the angle of reflection? So since this is all about reflection, then we can say that there is also a reflected ray. Okay, this is what we call reflected ray. And it is asking if what is also the angle of reflected ray. And according to the law of reflection, whatever be the angle of your incidence is just equal to the angle of our reflected ray. So definitely the answer here is also equal to 80 degree. Okay, so as simple as that. Okay, aside from that, we're done. Okay, we're done with law of reflection. We will now proceed with what we call refraction. So when we say refraction, okay, it is actually the bending of light. So take note that when the light passes through a particular material, its speed will decrease, or it slows down. Okay? And that is also under refraction. When the speed of light slows down because it passes through a particular material, then the light will be refracted. It will be bended. And that is what we call refraction. Okay? To give you an example with this with this topic rather, okay? So we are now under refraction. So this line is the boundary between the first material and the second material. Let's say n sub 1 meaning the first material, and this is also the second material. Let's say our first material rather is air, and this is a glass. Okay, this is a glass. Now the light will strike this part, okay, the air. It travels from the air, and then after that it also passes through with the or to the glass. Now in terms of refraction, okay, what will happen here is that, let me just change the color. Okay, what happened here is, so this is the normal line. It will be bended. Instead of being reflected, it will be bended like this. Okay, it will be bended like that. Okay, that is refraction. And when this light ray passes through another material, its speed will be lesser from the speed of light. We all know that the speed of light is equal to 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Okay? But when this light travels, okay, or it passes through a particular material, its speed will slows down, which means its speed will be lesser than 3 times 10 raised to 8. Okay? So, another, we have an angle here with respect to the normal line. This is what we call the angle of incidence. And of course, we have another angle here with respect to the normal line. This is termed as theta refraction. It's not I, it's R again. Okay? That is angle of refraction. This is angle of refraction. Okay? And this is also known as angle of incidence. And take note, they are no longer equal. That the angle of incidence is no longer equal with the angle of refraction. In contrast with what we call the law of reflection, wherein dun sila equal. Okay, that is refraction. Okay? So we have here a formula, N is equal to C divided by V. Your N here is the index of refraction, and that is constant. Index of refraction. Your C is the constant value of the speed of light, that is equal to 3.0 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And your V is the velocity of the light when it already passes through, or when it already passed through a material. So that is V. Okay. So calculate the speed of light in diamond, wherein the index of refraction is 2.14. What percent is this of the speed of light in vacuum? So ilagay muna natin yung mga given. Meron tayong index of refraction, di ba? Ang index of refraction is N. And this is equal to 2.14. And then yung constancy natin, that is 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Ang tinatanong dito ay yung V, yung speed ng light pagkatapos niya nag-travel sa loob ng diamond. Okay? So, ang formula natin is N is equal to C divided by V. So, V yung wala, i-derive natin siya, we cross-multiply. So, C now is equal to NV. Okay, so V yung wala, so we divide both sides by N. And the final formula now is V is equal to C divided by N. Okay, so ano ang C natin? That's 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And our index of refraction, that is 2.14. Ngayon, ilagay natin to sa calculator. Let me just open my calculator. Okay, so meron tayong 3 times 10 raised to 8 divided by 2.14. So, gawin nating scientific notation kasi super madami yung number niya. Okay, so the answer is 1.4 times 10 raised to 8, okay, meter per second. So, yan yung speed daw ng light after niya dumaan sa diamond or when it passes through a diamond. So, as you can see, bumaba yung speed niya, di ba? From, ito yung original speed ng light, 3 times 10 raised to 8. Ang nangyari is, yung panibagong speed niya naging 1.4 times 10 raised to 8. So, bumaba yung speed ng light. So, that is also what we mean about refraction. It is the slowing down of the speed of light. Okay? Ngayon, may pangalawang question. What percent is this of the speed of light in a vacuum? Ilang percentage daw to sa original speed of light? So, paano nga ba i-compute yan? So, in order to compute that, this is the formula. Okay, the percentage is equal to V, yung nakuha nating sagot, divided by C, times 100. Okay, ano ba yung nakuha nating V? That is 1.4 times 10 raised to 8. At yung C na constant value, that's 3 times 10 raised to 8. And then we multiply this by 100 kasi percentage siya. Okay, so meron tayong 1.4 times 10 raised to 8 divided by 3 times 10 raised to 8 and then times 100. Okay, so ang percentage niya is equal to 46.67. 46.67%. So yan yung sagot sa second question. Yan ang percentage niya from the original speed of light. Okay? Next, we have this what we call Snell's law. So, ang sinasabi ng Snell's law, it states that the ratio of the sines of the angle of refraction and angle of incidence is equal to the inverse of the ratio of the incidence of refraction in the respective mediums. Okay, para mas maintindihan natin yan, let's have this image. Okay? Nakikita nyo itong N1 and N2. Ibig sabihin, may dalawang material kung saan dinaanan ng light. Yung N1, yan yung first material, yan yung unang dinaanan ng light. As you can see, yung arrow. And yung N2 naman, yan yung another material na dadaanan ng light. Okay? So, the Snell's law states that your N1, the sign of your theta 1 is equal to the N2 sine theta 2. Or yung formula na nakikita nyo dyan. Yan ang formula na gagamitin natin para i-compute yung angle. So, ito yung angle ng first material. Or angle ng light kung saan dumaan siya sa first material. Ito naman tong theta 2, yan yung angle ng light kung saan dumaan naman siya sa pangalawang material. Okay? And one of these two will be unknown. So ano kaya ang angle ng light after makatravel sa N2? Okay, dito. Kung ito ay 60 degree. So ganong mga problems. Now, we can compute the theta 2, okay, with this formula. As long as ang ating theta 1 ay given. Okay? Ngayon, let's have example for that Snell's law. Okay? Okay. Ayan. So this is the problem under Snell's law. Light is traveling through water and is incident upon a smooth salt crystal at an angle of 60 degree with respect to the normal line. The indices of refraction of water and salt crystal are, so ang N water natin is equal to 1.33. Index of refraction ng water. At ang index of refraction ng crystal ay meron tayong 1.54. Okay. So ngayon, sino ang N1 at sino ang N2 natin dyan? Take a look at this arrow. Ito yung unang arrow, di ba? Ito yung unang arrow, ibig sabihin dito na una dumaan yung light. At alam natin na this is water. So your water is the first material. Ito ang ating first material. At yung crystal, this is our second material. Therefore, ang N-water natin ay ang ating N1 at ang N-crystal natin ay siya ang magiging N2. Okay, ngayon, ano tong 60 degrees? Theta 1 ba yan or theta 2? So as you can see, 60 degrees is underwater. So, ibig sabihin, yan ay ating theta 1. Theta 1, okay, theta 1 is equal to 60 degree. So, ang nawawala ay si theta 2. Ano kaya ang magiging angle dito kung ito ay 60 degree? Okay? So, ano ba ang formula? Ang formula natin is N1, the sine of theta 1, is equal to N2, the sine of theta 2. Okay? So, theta 2 yung wala. So, we divide both sides by, okay, what? N2 and N2. Take note na magkasama tong sin theta 2. Okay, they are together. Kaya hindi natin pwedeng ibaba si sin dito. Okay? So, ika-cancel na natin si N2. Okay, we cancel N2. So, ang natira ay meron tayong sin theta 2 is equal to N1 sin theta 1 divided by N2. Okay, next. Ang dapat matira lang ay si theta 2. So, anong gagawin natin kay sin? So, gaya ng rules natin sa algebra, we transpose. Okay? At kapag ita-transpose natin ang sin, magiging inverse sin siya. So, ganito mangyari. So, theta 2 now is equal to the inverse sin. Pag sinabing inverse sin, may negative 1 sa taas. Okay? And then, ilagay na natin to. The N1 sin theta 1 divided by N2. Okay? So, yan ang formula para ma-compute si theta 2. Ngayon, i-substitute na natin siya. Anong? Okay, the inverse sine, okay? What is our N1? Our N1 is 1.33. And then the sine of theta 1, that is 60 degree. Divided by our N2 is 1.54. Okay? So, ano ang angle natin sa second material? So, we put inverse sine, so shift sine, and then fraction 1.33, okay, times 1.33 times the sine of 60 degree divided by 1.54. Okay, so the answer is 48.41 degree. Okay, so ibig sabihin the answer here is 48.41 degree. Okay, so that is how you compute for this problem under Snell's law. Okay? Next. Ngayon, meron tayong tinatawag na critical angle. Fix ang formula for the critical angle. Yung nakikita yung formula sa baba. Okay, yung theta sub c, yung c dyan, ibig sabihin critical angle, is equal to the inverse sine of N2 divided by N1. As easy as that. Yan yung formula ng critical angle. So, ano nga ba ang critical angle? Okay, nakikita nyo dito sa picture na to, mag-focus lang dito sa pangalawang picture. Okay? Diyan sa pangalawang picture. So as you can see, ang degree nito ay, anong degree nito? Di ba dito nag-parallel with respect to the normal line? So ang direction ng angle natin is from the normal line papunta diyan. So if this is 0 degree, ano din ang angle nito kapag nandito na yung arrow? This is 90 degree. Okay? Ngayon, kapag sinabing critical angle, kapag ang ating refracted ray, di ba ang tawag dito sa arrow na to ay refracted ray. Kapag na-reach niya ang 90 degree, ano kaya ang critical angle? Ano kaya ang magiging angle dyan? At kung ano man ang angle dito, ang tawag dito ay critical angle. Okay? The critical angle, it is the angle when the refracted ray reaches 90 degree. Kung ano man yung makompute na angle dyan, yan yung tinatawag nating critical angle. Okay? So, let's have an example. Okay. So, light strikes the boundary of a diamond facet with air at an angle of incidence equal to 20 degree. So, calculate the following: angle of refraction, critical angle of diamond. Okay? So, ito yung problem. Okay. So, ang N diamond natin ay 2.41. Okay, ang N diamond ay 2.41. And then, ang air natin is 1.00. Okay? Tapos, ang theta natin ay 20 degrees. I-illustrate naman natin yung problem dito. Okay, let's say this is the diamond. Okay, ito yung diamond. Okay, yan. Ngayon, nag-strike yung light dito. Tapos, ito na yung air. Okay, ito yung normal line. Tapos, ito na yung air. Okay? So itong magiging N1 natin, si diamond, tapos ito yung ear, itong magiging N2 natin. So ang angle daw ng diamond, yung unang tinravel ng light, that is 20 degree. So therefore, ang unknown ay si theta 2. Okay? Theta 2. So paano ba kunin si theta 2? Di ba na-derive na natin siya, which is ito. Okay? That theta 2 is equal to the inverse sine of N1 sine theta 1 divided by N2. Okay? So sulat natin yung formula na na-derive. So theta 2 is equal to the inverse sine N1 sine theta 1 divided by N2. Okay, so we substitute. Inverse sine, ang N1 natin, si diamond, that's 2.41. And then the sine of theta 1, that's 20 degree. Divided by our N2, that is 1. Ngayon, nilagay natin sa calculator, inverse sine. So 2.41 times the sine of 20 divided by 1. So the answer is 55. Okay, 55.51 degrees. So ito na ngayon ang ating theta 2. Okay? So next, the critical angle of a diamond. So going back from the formula of critical angle, di ba? Theta C, critical angle is equal to inverse sine N2 divided by N1. Okay, di ba ito ang formula? So we substitute the inverse sine, anong N2 natin? That's 1. Divided by 2.41. Okay, so shift sine 1 divided by 2.41. So the answer here is 24.52 degree. So ito ang tinatawag nating critical angle. Ito ang critical angle ng ating incidence para ang ating refracted ray ay ma-reach niya yung 90 degree. So yan ang ibig niyang sabihin. Okay? Next, let's have our last example. Okay. So sabi dito, the index of refraction of eyes is 1.31. So our n is equal to 1.31. What is the speed of light in eyes? So that is your v. And the constant c is 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So si v ulit yung wala. So ano yung original formula dito? N is equal to c divided by v. We cross multiply, we get c is equal to nv. V yung wala, so divide both side by n. Okay, sorry. And then we cancel out. So ano ng formula ng v? That is c divided by n pa dito. Divided by n. So the constant c, that's 3 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second divided by our n is 1.31. Okay, so we just divide 3 times 10 raised to 8 divided by 1.31. So the answer here will be 2.29 times 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So nag-decrease siya from 3 times 10 raised to 8, naging 2.29 times 10 raised to 8. So yan tinatawag nating law of refraction na kapag light nag-travel siya in a translucent material or transparent material, nagde-decrease yung kanyang speed. Okay? So that's the end of this video lecture.